Now I want to start this with maybe a bit of a rant, in the sense that one thing I despise about a half ton and always have is everything you want you put in the back of your truck, you just throw it in like I always do. But here I got about half of my box that I never get to use because I can't reach anything in it. Everything I want is like 2.5, 3 feet away. I gotta lean over the box to get in to try to reach anything. The next thing is, if you want something out of the back, you put your tailgate down to get it out, and now you can't, you're reaching 2 feet over your stuff. So I gotta come up with a solution to this problem. So I guess the first solution I need to do is unload all of this junk. So I finally made the decision I'm going to do something about this. So I cleaned out my truck box. I used this thing that I created out of an old roller handle at one point in time, or roller handle, that I used for a hook now for the last couple of years. But I'm going to say goodbye to that thing, I think. So I think what I started with here was I went to the hardware store, or the building supply store. I got myself a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood. I had a couple of old 2x8s laying around in my garage here, and I had some old casters laying around. So what I did was I hacked the caster in half, and then I got this piece of tubing here, and that piece of tube, what I did was I turned the wheel down a little bit so that I could get it to fit inside that caster, or the caster inside that tube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that tube. You'll see it after I'm all done here, how I've used it. So I've got my brackets made now. I'm just going to quickly show you them. They're just a couple of pieces of angle iron welded onto the old brackets of the casters that I'm using. So I have one of those for each end. So all I have left to do to those is drill the holes in this to be able to mount it to my base that I'm creating for my box. So now I got my 2 little rollers made, and I mounted them right into my tracks. Little bolt there to hold them still on each one of them, and we're good for the back. So right in the middle of my project here, it decides, like typical New Brunswick weather, it's gonna rain. So I got my box done. I made it and put a little bumper on the back here with some foam on it, so that when I close my tailgate, it holds it up tight so it doesn't flop around. I put a couple of dividers in it so stuff kind of stays. If I put my brakes on or whatever, it's not going to go flying all over the place. Put a little rubber pad foam pad at the front so that it'll go up against the front of the box. So when I close the tailgate, it squeezes the 2 of them so it'll stay in place. Put a couple of little straps here so that when I pull it back to the back, if I happen to be parked on a little bit of an incline, then it'll hold it towards the back. And I put a couple other ones, safety ones, so that when I pull it out, it's not going to come right on out. If I happen to forgot to put my tailgate up or something, it'll keep it from falling out. Okay, so this is my cables for holding it back, and then this is when it's all in. Close my tailgate. She's done. Won't move. So we're got our new box all made. So my next step is load her up. So there it is, all completed. So all packed up to go for the next trip. Helping my son. There it is. Closed up, everything's loaded up.